What you doing, buddy? This is my favorite part of the day in some ways. I mean, right now it's 20 past 7, but when the sky takes on this cast, it's golden hour is just ending. In the colder parts of the year, obviously it's much earlier. The true golden hour sort of averages around 4 p.m. Temperatures come down. It's currently 26 degrees Celsius. It was 29 earlier. So I'm out here. There's this breeze going on. Beautiful. I'm gonna have to make this a wow. Oops. Gonna make this a quick video because when I'm shooting this, I'm on a 7 a.m. flight tomorrow to Alberta to do that little Alberta series of gigs that I do with my band every year. And this is down here. So I'm figuring I'm gonna bottle this down, not tonight obviously, but when I get home I'm gonna prioritize that, bottle that down, because otherwise, those of you who know Vin know what he always says. Down below the label, which doesn't count in this one's case, get rid of it. I've said many times that I will probably never buy another Lagavulin 16. I feel that the price it has risen to is not appropriate for a whiskey of that quality. It's a very good whiskey, but it's not a $200 whiskey at all. It's not a what I'm glitching. It's not what Ralphie would call like an integrity bottling. It's very mass market oriented. It's got really good flavors, but it's not like a 50% ABV, non-chilled filter. You know, it's not like an Aaron or something else that sort of hits all those beautiful spots for the same price point or less. This was different. Obviously 11 year instead of 16, but strangely it's more affordable, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. This is the Offerman from a few years ago. This is the Charred oak cask. It's a 46%. I don't see anything about chill filtering or any of that. I mean, look, it's still Lagavulin, right? So I'm not going to assume, but I am going to bottle it down. And I surprised myself. I bought this sort of like, okay, we'll give this Lagavulin a try. And I cracked it and took a sip and immediately ran out and bought a second bottle. I also bought a bottle of the 8, which I have not yet cracked. But again, much more affordable than the 16. And I had heard good things about it. It's recognizably Lagavulin. The peat, sort of a pronounced peat. There's a lemon citrusy thing happening, a kind of a seaside, slight brininess. And what's absent is, or largely absent, mostly absent, is, excuse me, what I call that Band-Aid element, the iodine that completely ruins Lafroig for me. What this brings that the 16 doesn't is an added barbecued meat element. The char on the oak brings like a woody barbecue or like a wood burning stove kind of element to the nose and the palate. And there's a meatiness there that just makes me think of a barbecue. End of the day, you got some steaks on the grill. Wood burning grill, like charcoal, not a gas mess. So until I have tasted the 8, this is my favorite Lagavulin. I've tasted some of the other special features. It's not the right word, but I'm glitching. And I like this one the best. Like it almost feels like you're taking a bite out of the glass rather than a sip. So, Nick Offerman, television personality, he's written his memoir. He's narrated the audiobook of his memoir. He's a media personality. And we're kind of at a time when almost everyone's a media personality. Like if you look at, TikTokers and influencers and people who are internet famous and expect to get free meals at the restaurant because of it. And like, I wonder, in a more basic sense, I see where the push was to turn everyone into a creator, everyone into like the starring role in their personal movie. That's what we're doing on YouTube, right? And, podcasters and this and that, and everyone can be in front of thousands of faces for the cost of a camera and a computer, or in some cases a phone and direct upload, even less, right? But if you go beyond that, because I know where that comes from. One day, YouTube appeared. But if you go beyond that, if you go further back and more basic, when did we go from accessing information on our computers, on the internet, to consuming content? Because they're not the same. They're not at all the same. Information is of vital importance. You're learning stuff, you're reading, you're looking stuff up, you're growing your knowledge. Content, you're switching off. You're doom scrolling. You're watching TikTokers, 8 belly shirts in a row doing the same dance, no matter how far you scroll. And how does the TikTok or Shorts model, how does that train our attention spans? How does no longer speaking to people without at one point everyone at the table looking up something, or just talking about, did you see this latest short? Did you see this latest TikTok? Did you see this latest dance? Like, is that real conversation? Is that really discussing ideas? Or is that just feeding the monster? If you leave this open in a glass for like 10 minutes, or 11 in a minute in the glass per year in the cask world, it really does open up. It flowers. That's not as noticeable when it's down here. But like when you first crack that new bottle, the difference between just pouring it and coming to it 10 or 11 minutes later is very noticeable. I hate the word very. I don't like the fact that I just used that. But anyway. This is what happens when a celebrity who knows whiskey does an endorsement deal with a distillery. There's a crap ton of celebrity vodkas and tequilas and whiskeys and stuff out there that are plonk, to take a wine term. My all-time least favorite whiskey is a celebrity endorsed, right? It's that Proper 12 that I poured out in my shoulder pour video. Oh, so long ago. I'd like to think that if I was ever famous enough to be attractive to a distillery to do a deal with, that I would have enough input to make sure that it was a really cool malt. Because I don't know if every celebrity does have that kind of input. because not every celebrity can bring the information about the brand. Or not can, but do. Right? A lot of celebrities sign a lot of endorsement deals and make big bank. But I believe that Nick Offerman knows the brand. He's informed. He has the information that he needs to come at a deal like this with good whiskey-friendly ideas. I believe the year after this was like a Caribbean cask. I have a bottle of that downstairs, but I haven't cracked it open yet. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me. But I know that the next year is very different, but it still sounds like something that a real whiskey knowledgeable individual would have come up with. Information is power. Content is not. I'm aware that I'm saying that while I'm creating content, but I really do try to create content that is informative. One of my neighbors is calling someone or something that's not coming, and it's bugging me. She has stopped. I wonder sometimes if these thoughts that I get and that I sometimes share with you guys, I wonder if I'm making any sense, or if I'm just coming at the world from such a skewed place and such a sense of not self-assuredness, but self-righteousness, that I just can't see that I'm completely wrong. You know? Sure is loud in this backyard. Anyways, just a few thoughts. I'm going to go enjoy the rest of the class, and then I'm going to pack. And then I'm going to pack instruments and journals and stuff, and then I'm going to try to get some sleep and get up at like 3 so I can be on a 6 o'clock flight. Great. Thanks for watching, guys. Shut up.